Hey. Yeah. I wanna be better than I was before the program is opening doors. It's a new way of life, I want bend, break or fold. I stay in the race, chasing gold.
All right, y'all, what's going on? This your man Big Rich. Hey, we live on a Thursday night, especially Wednesday night. Wednesday night. I'm already excited about tomorrow. I'm in tomorrow already. I got some big news happening tomorrow, and I'm already in tomorrow. I'm on a Wednesday night. I know a lot of y'all. What's that place people on Wednesday night? Bible study. I think people go on Wednesday night. What was that? So we're gonna start saying we got a great show lined up. I don't know if Judge Jones gonna be on it. You know, I've been saying cut the phone off, and you know, come up here. We're gonna let everybody introduce themselves. Everybody introduce themselves.
I'm Dr. Rainbow, the partner of New Way of Life TV.
And I'm Valencia Nash, Justice of the Peace here in Dallas County, Precinct 1, Place 2. Thank you for having me.
Thomas G. Jones, Justice of the Peace, Precinct 1, Place 1.
And I am your constable. I'm TRACEY, Dallas County Precinct 1.
All right, y'all know I'm Big Rich. Say we are here at the Tucker Law Center building, 7441 Marvin D. Love Freeway, Oak Cliff, Texas, y'all. Oak Cliff, Texas. Say I'm right here on the 30th floor, Suite 306. If you're driving by, you want to see a live recording of a TV show, come on through. Say New Way of Life TV channel, New Way of Life TV and Talk Radio. And been trying to get all y'all on the panel together for a long time. I'm not gonna blame Constable TRACEY, right? Put Judge Jones on. So, and I'm grateful to meet Judge Nash, of course, Dr. Rainbow. And I know you've been here before. Judge Jones been here a couple times before. One of the things we talk about, what are y'all doing now? Just helping people, our people, just people. What are y'all doing? Whether it's the constable comes serving paperwork, they coming down there to talk to one of you judges. They need some help. It's a problem. The community ain't doing, the church ain't doing. Y'all know that's one of my speeches. All that. What? How people get help at?
Well, it's I'm glad you asked. In terms of what we're doing here tonight is to show the unity in Precinct 1. Mm-hmm. That's just not a number. That's what we believe. That's how we work with the constable. And Judge Nash and I, we term it beyond the bench because what we do, we have a legal job obligation that we have to fulfill, but we have a moral obligation to the people that we serve, people that depend upon us. And we have resources that we can refer people to if they need food and shelter. That there are agencies, Harmony, Under the Bridge, the Mint Condition. Those are agencies that we can refer people to get the assistance that they need.
And I mean, I just piggyback on that. We love the collaborations we have. Just Jones talked about the Mint Foundation where people need rental assistance.
Mm-hmm.
We've been able to refer them. We have a list. So when you come to our court, even though it may not go in your favor, what we do is make sure that you leave with a sense of comfort that you have somewhere to go to. Even today, we were able to go to the ribbon cutting. I'm excited to announce that we now have a Polk Street clinic that is located in the old building that Judge Jones and Constable GULLEY were at. So they had a ribbon cutting today. And that building is helping Human Services for Dallas County. It's going to serve our community. Mm-hmm. And you can get shots there. They're open Monday through Friday. So we are really excited because to me, our community deserves to have access to healthcare, access to resources. Mm-hmm. People don't really know where to go. And so we try to make sure we bridge that gap and have collaborations with our outside community partners.
So I will say beyond the bench and outside of serving papers, because that's what they seem to think that that's all
Yeah,
the constables do,
yeah.
just go out and evict.
Right.
We do a lot of community service,
Right.
a lot. So we're out in the community quite a bit. As a matter of fact, we were in Wilmette playing a volleyball game against the seniors the other day. So we have a good time. So we go to different community centers with the seniors and we talk to them. They speak with them about wills and types of things like that. And I speak with them about safety and a lot of things for our seniors. So we're out in the streets quite a bit.
Right. And y'all behind the VA been there folks saying, y'all know that. And we talk, I want to get people see you, they automatically think about this. You the police, right? You work for them, y'all in it together, right? How do y'all dispel that? When they actually come down there and see, well, this is a black woman just like me, this is a black man just like me. I know she on uniform, but and you front line, and I know all front line, but I know they see you as like, what you send me down there with the rest of your folks. So how do y'all dispel that? What is it, a system or just your individual personalities and what you have going on? How do y'all dispel
You know, I would say this. I think one of the things about us that makes us unique is that we're all from the community. So Constable Gully, we went to Suicide School.
Yeah.
Judge Jones went to Lincoln, and I went to Wilma Hutchins. And so, I think one of the things that even though we're saying you come in there, I think people in the community, because we go beyond the bench and get out there, they know who we are. They know that we are not just from the community, but for the community. And so a lot of times what we try to do is try to assist. So again, it's not just, hey, this is all just by the book. We also want to give you and empower you with that knowledge that you need to move forward.
But I didn't want to say too much, but Judge Nash gave out some bad information. I'm a mighty chosen.
Steve. That's right, Madison.
Great thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Judge.
One of the things that's unique about us is that over the years, we've gotten to know each other, not just by name, but by interacting with each other. And I can tell you, sitting where I am right now, that we don't always agree, but we agree to be agreeable. That we support one another. I have getting comfortable to see things my way.
Right.
So I have a thought in the
Right.
with everybody. Two of them teamed up.
I believe that.
Of course you do. The man. No, we know better. It's the man's thing. Y'all can be stubborn. So we get it done. We work together.
Dr. Rainbow. Dr. Rainbow, one of her passions is getting out in the community, feeding the homeless, feeding the disadvantaged in our community. She had an issue last time she did it. Anyway, so to avoid issues, somebody, they see you or see y'all out there, y'all doing beyond it. Hey, I want to do this community. But y'all tripping down. Is it okay? Did you go by the rules?
Well, it's really the city hall.
Right.
It's not so much the precinct. The city hall is the one that makes you do all of the paperwork. And once you submit it and get everything back, then in the middle of it, they change everything and don't notify you. So what we're approved for is what we take. And then once we get there, they say, you can't do this. Well, no. And then when I pull out my paperwork and I show them, well, you said that I could. I didn't say this. You said that I could. You approved everything on my list. Now you're telling me that I can't serve them hot food. You told me I couldn't bring it in a covered plate because it had to be certain temperature. I have the burners, I have the racks, I have the gloves, I have sanitize, I have all of this. And I have roughly 500 to 700 people in line. So you're telling me that I have to tell these people who can't think one today. I said, that's not an option.
So the city was different from the camp.
Mhm.
And I think we talked about this the first time we were on the show where people call the police, call the constable, call the sheriff, I call city marshals. So when you're addressed with that question, how do you
You would be surprised that people call the police on the police. So we get called on quite a bit because a lot of people don't know the difference between it's a civil matter. This is something that you have to go to the constable. So this is something that you have to go through with the justice of the peace in order to get this done.
Right.
But I always say that when you say how do we relate, because to me, I always say behind the uniform, I'm just like you.
Mhm.
I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. I'm an aunt. I'm a sister. So it wasn't easy getting to where I am today,
Right.
but I'm grateful for it. But a lot of times when you come to our building, and it's not just about, well, Judge Jones or Judge Nash, it's evicting you, or they're, finding you guilty about this or whatever the case may be, because at the end of the day, they have so many services that are outside of their courtroom, whether it's legal aid or the foundation or someone to help you, to assist you in paying your rent or to get, some type of legal help. So
at the end, she was talking about the eviction or the case making for you two. Is that the last thing? So somebody is leaving with a bad taste. Okay, they've been evicted, but we also come back and say, hey, but this is a program. They're not just leaving evicted. Or with that, is that what happens? But
Can we discuss that just a little bit?
right, that's what we're here for.
Because people often say Judge Jones evicted me.
Mhm.
I've been on the bench now 33 years. I have not evicted one person in my whole time on the bench. You evict yourself when you break the lease. You evict yourself when you don't pay your rent. We have a duty and obligation to follow the law. And when cases are filed, we listen to both sides, the three sides if you have, and then we have to make a judgment. And it's clear when you haven't paid your rent. But issues come in is when people say, well, I tried to pay my rent and they didn't accept it. That's another issue. But what I want to dwell on is that neither one of us, we have not evicted anyone. If the process says that you did not comply with your lease terms and conditions, then we have to make a judgment in favor of what we call the plaintiff, the landlord, who about the lawsuit, right? But one of the things that I know that Judge Nash and I both feel now, you have the right to file an appeal.
Right.
You don't have to agree with it.
Right.
Yeah, and we don't take it personal. You have the right to file an appeal. Yeah. So we attempt to give information that would help that tenant. Yeah.
So Judge Nash, after court, on the bench all day, right?
Yeah.
Deciding cases, right? So at the end, are you just drained? Man, it was just one of them days.
Yeah, the stories we have to hear,
right.
And they're real people. They have real issues, and again, it can be a lot. And people just think about the eviction part, but Judge Jones and I do the small claims. We do animal cruelty.
Right.
So if you're a dog lover, you have somebody coming in there and you see horses with ribs, or you see a dog, pretty much mutilated. I mean, it's a lot, and you really have to be patient, because you want to be able to listen to all of the evidence and decide the case. And after a long day, absolutely. And you have to learn how to balance that work-life balance so that you can be ready for the next day, because everybody deserves to be heard and they deserve to have your attention. And again, the emotional aspect, it can take a toll, but you have to, again, follow the rule of law and make sure that you can administer justice.
And I don't know how much I can say about this, but constable here. For the past 3 weeks, my life has been threatened. And a guy come by my house, threatening to shoot me. Luckily, I go out to the garage, but the constable has taken her staff and surrounded our home. And my daughter is there, my grandson is there,
Mhm.
and I'm there. And here's this guy who has some mental issues,
Mhm.
you know, threatening to kill me.
Mhm.
And so it can be a dangerous job.
Right.
And I'm just, Judge Nash and I were both just talking to the constable, about what they're paid,
Mhm.
and it's not enough.
Right.
For putting their life on the line.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But we have some people with some issues out there,
Mhm.
and they'll take it out on everybody but themselves.
Right. And we discussed that with that Monday show. We were talking about how to help the community well do. And my personal thing, I was like, I don't agree outside of a better option. I don't agree with the feeding the homeless out on the street or giving them the blankets or the shoes and socks. And the reason why, not this is not a good thing, but the reason why is because I think we have to start identifying who has substance abuse problems, who has mental health problems, who just don't want no responsibility and just want to live on the street. Well, I get a check, ain't got to pay no rent, ain't got to pay no bill, but I know every week somebody's coming over here to donate something, right? And I'm just in the mindset, it's got to be a better way so we can identify this. I know the city has different programs, and kind of now y'all talking about beyond the bench. So for me, I come down there, I catch all three of y'all together. Commissioner Price might be there, right? Catch all y'all together. I said, hey man, I'm real New LA street team. I want to do something in the community. Y'all tell me, what do I need to do?
Well, we've partnered with quite a few people. I mean, we've had backpack drives. The three of us are charter members of the Valencia Bicentennial Lions Club. And so we have that very thing of where we also give food to people that need it, the drive-throughs. I mean, we turkey giveaways. I mean, you name it. I think it's just a collaboration.
Right.
You know, our commissioner is one that kind of allows us the free will to just do things that we need to do for the community. So I don't think we've ever really faced any real resistance from serving and collaborating with others. And we've used our platform and our courthouse to make sure that, you know, if it's a service in terms of educating, in terms of backpack giveaways that we had a few years. I mean, we've done quite a few community service, and it has to be a collaboration because most of the times when we have someone like you, Dr. Rainbow, it's that person that's really helping to pull it all together. And we're just lending our positions to make sure that we can get the word out in the community, but we are hands-on. So I'm just saying that if that's something you want to do, I think it's just a matter of us sitting down and saying what day.
Okay.
But the point is that you really want to do.
Right.
Let me ask you this, how do you identify who's who, and they're all in the same place with the same need of hunger?
Well, definitely it's gonna be somebody smarter than me. But I've been there. I've been there, and with the substance abuse problem, you know, I've been there, and of course with that, I'm always blaming. It's your fault. It's my mama's fault. It was the army fault. You know, it's the white man's fault. It's the VA fault. You know, that was the mentality. You know, until I stopped. No, this is your fault. It's your fault. Until I, you know, accepted that, I came face to face with that. I couldn't help myself. And I'm just speaking on, I think, the people with substance abuse problems, mental health problems, or both, like do or die, no, just away from the people who say, man, I ain't renting no apartment. I'm not paying these people no rent money. And I can give me a tent, going to the bridge. They're giving us something free somewhere every week. How do we identify that to stop that where we can give more resources to the people who need it?
But when you're saying identify it, you know, in my line of business, you can't stereotype because everyone has their own story.
Right.
There is a reason why this person is homeless, this person is this person, you know, whether it's drug or whether it's a divorce or whatever the case may be. So I always tell my deputies, put yourself in their position. You know, you're on the other side of the door. When we're knocking on someone's door, taking a child away from CPS or whatever case we're there for, always put yourself, you have to have compassion about what you're doing.
Right,
At the
right.
end of the day, you do. So I've been from paycheck to paycheck before, so I know how it feels.
Mhm.
And I'm blessed to do an amazing job right now. But it wasn't easy to get right where I am now. But I will say that everyone is different.
Right.
There's a different story for everyone. So you can't sit and say, well, I mean, and that's on you because you've experienced something
Right.
different. So you really can't say, well, I'm not gonna help this person because I know this person is it. Everyone has a story.
Well,
So
not
something
so
different
much
for-
not help.
But
Right.
who are they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to get the appropriate resource.
So Rich,
Right.
one of the things is Dallas County has amazing resources, it's just that we just do need to do a better job of getting it out.
Right.
So for instance, Dominique Collins is over, she has a VA court. So if you are a veteran and you have tickets or citations or any of that, she has a program that a veteran can go through.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, you can get your case dismissed or you can get on some program. And a lot of people don't really realize that. And it's all about these collaborations that I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Same thing, Leela Mays. She has a stack pool.
Right, right.
My brother, and I'm sure we've all been touched by some level of substance abuse or
Right.
mental illness. He's 20 years clean. I'm so proud of him.
Right.
He still chairs the meetings. But he went through a program with Leela Mays. And they still have a relationship
Right.
today.
Right.
But if she didn't have that divert court, things could have ended up being different for him. And so what I'm saying is if you're looking for it to identify, then that's the first thing is typically in the justice system, you're going to have those individuals who have been misidentified in such a way
Right.
that they really have a substance abuse problem. It wasn't really the stealing,
Mhm.
and which was the underlying thing. It was because they were on drugs that caused X, Y, and Z. And so I think that those courts would have individuals that you could help is what I'm saying. And so I know that Judge Mays
Right.
and Judge Collins are always looking for cases like that. But again, who knows really about it if you're not in the justice system or you're not facing it right then and there.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And when you go down to set up, Rich, they're there. We don't have time to say. You know, it's another. We still have to do a report. We have to take their name.
Right.
We have to make sure that they're not allergic to this. We have to let them know what we're saying. You know, and that's to protect us
Right.
as well. But we still don't have time to say, what's your situation?
Mhm.
Because they give us a time
Right.
where we have to literally set up, break down. You may have an hour or you may have 45 minutes. We had to be about 800 in 30 minutes and they had 8 police cars there for little old me.
So is that, and I know you mentioned city property versus
That's
somebody's
the city.
private property
Right.
versus somebody, and I got a partner. He's done, and let's see what that's it. And he tells them they go out. And anybody correct me if I get this wrong. But he like, certain days they go out, you know, with the police. Hey, take this bed or go to jail. That's the option.
Wow.
That's the option. That's what he's telling me. Take this bed or go to jail. When they go out, you know, they're trying to clean up for whatever reason they're doing. Right. So he was like, he called me, he said, man, Rich, why didn't you come out here? And I said, come out where? He said, man, I work with the people at the VA all the time. I said, man, I've been going to the VA since '94. What people? So I understand what you're saying. What people?
Yeah.
It's 2026. I've been going to the VA since 1994. What people? Just know their name. So I can just get on team. Man. It's been 6 months. I ain't heard from nobody. But I know how that system works. So I'm not all disappointed. I know how that system. I've been in that system where the office you're in is where the help is, but they won't tell you. You'll go 3 more offices and they'll tell you, oh man, the office you was in there first. That's where you get. So I get that, you know. But when I look at helping myself, then I got to go a little bit further, dig a little bit deeper, work a little bit longer, right? We're going to take a quick break and we're going to find out what beyond the bench is doing. Talk to Trace over here, y'all. She giving me these looks on the cool. She giving me these looks on the cool, you know, and me and Constable, we're going to have a conversation after the whole show, because I already told her I had to say, y'all look at it. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right
You know, you just can't.
All right, y'all, we're back. And say that you always on commercial break, you always find out some interesting and great things. I just find out something. Boy, look here. Beyond the bench. Name is kitchen. It sounds good. I know you've been telling me about it. Judge Jones, you live with Judge Nash, Constable TRACEY here. So beyond the bench, where I find y'all that y'all doing something. Is it the website? I'm going to the website. Oh, Judge Jones, Judge Nash, they're back to sign up. Thursday. Is that what I really find?
I don't know if we really actually have a calendar because everything, it changes. It's always, can you come over here? What this is going on on this side of town? Because actually we have the largest precinct.
Right.
Precinct 1. We have the largest precinct in Dallas County. So we cover as far east as Combine, Pleasant Grove, South Dallas, downtown, Lancaster, Wilmer, Hutchins, DeSoto, Duncanville, Glen Heights, Mount Creek Parkway, the Woods, the southern sector of Oak Cliff. So we have the large area. So it's whether it's community crime watch meeting that's going on in Pleasant Grove, and one of us will go over here. Tommy Allen, she loves her Wilmer Hutchins area, so she's gonna cover that. Judge Jones is over here at the churches, so it's we try to, our logo is one-on-one with precinct 1. We work together to get the job done. So normally we're trying to team up together, or they're on the bench. Hey, you go cover this until we get there, but we're everywhere. We're everywhere. We try to be anyway, because that's what, the people had voted us in. So, it's not like we just sit in the office and 90% of the time, I would say 80% of the time, I'm out in the field.
Yeah.
So I'm not behind the desk.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna see my office there, but I'm working.
Yeah, I know. I come see you. You're out. That's what I'm saying. I come and you're out. I was surprised when I caught you one time, but you're out.
I was on my way out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you why you pointing this way. I'm not sitting on the seat. I mean, we have to sit on the bench. When you pointed to that.
You know what?
Yeah.
But seriously, how do you handle it? Let's talk about it in this room. How do you handle a situation where the tenant has not paid rent in a year? $18,000. And so many of the agencies, maybe all of them now, but many of the agencies now will cut it off. If you're not working, if you owe more than 3 months of back rent, they won't help you because their financial resources will be drained. When I try to tell people, Pookie names, that's what I call Pookie names. Pookie know the system. They know how to work the system. They know how to get what they want. They not just what they need, but what they want. They know how to work that system. And so how do you, and I'm asking the question for all of us, how do you handle that situation where that family owes $18,000? Our limit is $20,000, but they owe $18,000, $10,000, and yet they need help. You can't turn your back on them, but where do you find those type of resources?
Absolutely. And just the beyond the bench concept, which I think it's a concept that we have, because when you're on the bench, you gotta follow the law, right? And so it doesn't really lend itself for you giving people advice.
Right.
And so what we try to do, the constable and Judge Jones and I, is go out to these community centers so that we can tell you what you need when you come in there.
Right.
So we want you to be prepared. And we want you to be prepared for court by what evidence you need to have, your neighbors in dispute, the things that you can do to protect yourself. We want it to be prevented. We don't even want to see you there or having to go to court. But if you are, we want you to be well prepared. So that's kind of why we do the beyond the bench, so that we can see them and meet them where they are. And then answer those questions that they can't ask us while they're standing there, because you got to listen. And at that time, at the end of it, you got to render a verdict. And so the point is that when we go off site, we're able to say, this is what happened. I got a call that says I need to, you wouldn't believe I've had this 5 times. Our seniors, I had a call. They told me to go to Western Union and give $5,000. Otherwise, they were going to cut off my, people, those scam calls. You wouldn't believe a lot of people today still don't know. Do not do that. One lady had already done. And I'm telling you, they learn so much. We just take for granted that people know,
Yeah.
and they don't. And so sometimes it is very important for us. And I think we have a duty, a moral duty, as Judge was talking about, to go out, and they elected us in these positions. We want to be a benefit. We want to be a service to those individuals. And so that's the time where they can ask us whatever they want, and we're able to do it without, seeming like it's a conflict or anything like that. But we can help you prepare for your day in court if you have.
Can I say this?
Yeah. Oh, good.
Nobody has answered what I asked.
I knew he was gonna say. I knew he was gonna say.
I know he was asking the questions about beyond the base. So I stuck with that. They knew what he had.
Yeah, he's correct. The resources are not there. They're not there.
So how do you handle, and I'm asking again, how do you handle when a young man or a young lady, African American, putting their mama out there? It's not mama putting the daughter or the son out. This is the little bread that you let him live to grow up. And now he's putting you out his own mother. How do you handle a situation like that? Those are things that we have to deal with. People don't know about.
Who named the house in, Judge?
Theirs, because the parent has, well, in my case, the parent actually signed it over
Oh, wow.
because they thought that they were going to be able to live there for the duration, but that wasn't the case.
I think that goes to the next question I was going to ask.
We didn't answer, Judge.
Judge said he
We didn't
did.
answer. Let's answer.
I don't think there is that, and I'm a believer in everybody have to get their own experience. I'm a believer.
You're realistic.
You have to get your own experience, and that goes back to I say it all the time. Only two reasons I don't do something. It's ain't but two reasons we don't do something, right? I never learned it. I've never been taught. Those are the only two reasons. I mean, you can add this and that, but those are the only two reasons. But why you didn't go pay your bills? I never learned how. Right? I never learned how. Nobody ever taught me.
No, you just decided not to.
Yeah.
Right.
What about?
Right. But I'm saying, even with the decision not to, that has to come from me knowing. But if I never learned and I was never taught, then that for most of us, I know Judge you're a little older, but we grew up, mama, dad, and grandmama. Mama, dad, and grandma taught us the best with what they had. Right? With what they had. We were supposed to come up better, smarter than our parents and grandparents. Right? Supposed to. Right?
And we have.
And we have in some areas. In some areas, right? But when you look at like the situation you were talking about, you get we've seen it. I mean, just like growing up, wasn't a whole lot of shooting when I came out of high school at 87. You might have heard that once. Everyone. So just the times change. And I think, when we start putting our responsibility in other people's hands, not voting for one, not voting, that happens. That happens, right?
Yeah, sure.
I think, Richard, for Judge Jones' question, it's us. We look at you, Judge Jones, as a African American, so you should have leniency on me because I'm coming to you and you're hearing my situation. So I need you to help me beyond the bench. So
Write my check.
yeah, so I need you to make some type of adjustments because we're the same race. And we use that, we play that
I'll be
card.
right there with
Yeah,
tag me to it.
Yeah. but see, we play that card. We play that card because we're emotionally, we were emotionally attached. We're not accountable for what we didn't do.
Mhm.
I was in Judge Jones' eviction court.
Mhm. Mhm.
I wasn't there because I didn't have my rent. I was there because I was married to a man and he wouldn't leave.
Mhm.
Evict me. And after I was evicted,
Yeah.
went to my landlord and I paid him the money. But that was the only way I could get him out. But I then still had to be accountable for my decision.
So you used the court.
But it worked. Not only did I get evicted, but I got divorced. So it worked.
And educated voters. Right? I don't want to vote, and I voted about it. I don't want to vote for Constable Traceey because I like her. She got it. Ain't no fault shit. Right. Ain't no fault shit. I like Judge Jones. Right? I like Judge Nash. But am I educated on why I should vote for? Right? So what does that educate? Well, even when you go out, hey, Judge Jones, you gonna do this, because you didn't do this, that, and Judge Nash comes Gully. Every time we see you arresting black people, you know, I mean, because you heard that, right? Okay, yeah. So,
You would be surprised that when some people vote in alcohol, but some that are not educated about. That's why we have some of the seminars. That's why we go out and speak, so that we'll get a chance to meet. Let me see what Judge Nash is really about, what Judge Jones, what Constable Gully is really about. Why should I vote for them? Why should I not vote for them? Are they actually doing anything in the community? What are they actually doing? Are they staying at home, getting a paycheck from Dallas County? What are they actually doing? So, and you'll be surprised at how some people will go to the ballot. This sounds like a black man. Let me check this.
Yeah, right.
You would be surprised.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That don't actually know. It sounds like it's a black person, so I'm gonna vote for him.
Right.
You know. But then there are some that do their research.
Right.
And there are some educated voters. And I hate when a lot of people say, well, I'm not gonna vote because nothing's gonna change.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been told, you know, a quiet mouth is never fed, or you know, if you don't vote, I'm just want to hear what you have to say.
Correct.
You know, don't talk about it if you can't.
You know,
Your vote is your voice.
Right.
So you have no idea what this November is going to bring. So I mean, if no other time, this is the time that we really need to come out. You'd be surprised how many people there are in Dallas County that do not vote, that are registered voters, but they don't come out and vote.
They're not even interested.
And then go back to what I'm saying. Yeah, but we're gonna go to the clubs and to the parties and to the cookouts and all that.
We do what we want to do.
But I won't go to the vote. I won't go vote. That come on, Judge.
Now I'm going to ask, and I think I have to do it. I think I've asked two questions. Neither one of them. Now I asked the third.
She said accountability. I was listening to her answer.
It's just, we can talk about what's the answer. And when we look at our community, on every other corner, there's a church house and a crack house in between. You got more people going to the crack house than you have to the church house.
know it.
My question is, how do we get the religious organization to come together to address the issues that we, the three of us, face practically every day, dealing with our community? It appears, and Pastor, you can probably address this better than we can, but it appears that the churches are not actively, many of them are not actively seeking ways in which to address the issues that's in our community that's around the church. People are hurting. And I go to St. United Methodist Church. And many of our churches there, it's not about soul saving. It's showtime.
That's right.
You know, right? Many of our churches that got rid of the pulpit, you know, right, is now stage.
You're right.
They got to put on a show.
Mhm,
But once you leave the theater, the church,
mhm,
people out there hurting.
mhm.
But who will bring the religious body? I think the reason why God always here tonight, because no reverend going to preach. So she's gonna get the pastor of these churches that's in our community to come together.
Mhm.
You know, the Luke said the good measure, pressed down,
Shaking together, come on, running over.
it's running over, it'll pay much,
Mhm.
but we can't, for some reason, we can't get them to come together to be united to address the issue in a meaningful way. And it's our people that's hurting.
You're absolutely right, Judge. I'm not gonna say it's impossible because we can do whatever we want to do.
True.
But because all of the pastors want to be in charge, nobody wants to. I've organized a fellowship of churches. The fellowship of churches is an outreach platform. Your church may need media. Your church weakness may be tithing, teaching. Well, someone within the fellowship have that strength. Go and pull them out. Bring them up to where they need to be. Everybody is not there. And it's sad to say because the leaders are hurting the church because the majority of the leaders are bleeding themselves. And they have no form of, I need to reach out and help. What can I do? Let me partner with you. I've been asking for churches to come and help me. I want to get the portable showers and I want to set them up. I want to take the vans downtown, pick them up on Sunday morning, bring them, give them breakfast, give them a shower, give them clothes, give them the word, give them lunch, put them back on the vans, take them back. No one wants to partner with me because that's too dirty.
I think, go ahead, I won't hear you judge that.
No, I mean, addressing this.
What, just, what, please address it. Talk about.
Always have a conversation about how Black communities can work together. We have this conversation all the time. I think for the last 20 years, we've talked about why don't we collaborate and work together because we could get so much more done. And I know that we, the three of us, we have a great relationship with our Christian community. In fact, there are a lot of alliances, as y'all know, and it would be great if those alliances could get together. But I think that what is right is that, you know, whereas who's going to lead it? Because depending on who it is, this one may not follow, you know. And so what our solution is to that is people like Judge Jones, who is well respected in the community, who's been around a long time, who have known a lot of those pastors for many, many years, has to say it. And he has to say at the ministerial alliances in Oak Cliff, Pleasant, because they got a lot of them.
Oh, a whole
lot. And so Lancaster has one, the Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance. I mean, and she has an alliance. And I'm just saying, for Judge Jones to say, listen, because there has to be someone that people really respect. Constable Gully and I can show up. And
we definitely want Constable Gully.
Yeah, and we can show that they like us.
She's
But you got old school pastors who still do not believe that women ought to be
You
in
better
leadership
know.
roles. It's just true.
I fight that every day.
It's just true. And so somebody like Judge can make a difference. I'm telling you, he really could. He always say, "Oh, Nash, why do you put that on me?" Because you gotta find someone who can really make it happen.
That's right.
And I won't answer the person on this. But I'm trying to make a point. If you want, and I'm not going to call any names.
Okay.
But I'm going to say each one of you, when you get a chance, Google these mega churches, and you'll see where the pastor net worth $12 million.
Oh, yeah.
And you said you go to St. Luke, that church. Who's the guy that used to be over there?
Reverend Zane Wesley.
I knew that, But this goes to my point. Reverend Zan was attractive. I don't know who over there at St. Luke now, but I remember when Zan Holmes was there, right? And a lot of people do. And let me tell you something.
His name runs
Right.
the community.
The reason why it's not going to happen is because the big churches are doing the promotion and the little churches have no attraction. That's why. It's always about what am I attracted to? What's going to get me over here talking? I got to be something Constable Gulley is doing is attracting me to come over and talk. Same thing with you, same thing with you. That's right. Everybody we did something. Now, the larger churches are promoting, but the smaller churches, that's the bread and butter. Full gospel, pot, Oak Cliff Bar, all of it. That's not the bread and butter. The 100, 200, 300 member churches. That's the pastors we need to be getting together. The big churches gonna do what the big churches do. Even the ones who started small and over the years became big churches, right? They gonna do what they gonna do. It's the churches that we pass by all the time look like houses. Oh, we know that's a 100 member church or a 50 or 75 member church, right? And it goes back to our mentality. Well, why I'm going to the little church over the hill and everybody go to DC3. Or everybody go to Pot. Or everybody go to Oak Cliff Bar. So why am I going to? There's nothing attractive about it because I want to see the promotion. And I say this all the time, and it's due to men. I'm talking about real men. I'm talking about ninjas. I'm talking about fools. Men, we don't go back nowhere, but we don't like it. We don't do it. Right? I don't care how much the wife, fuck. If I don't like this place, I don't like her. She go by herself. I don't go. We go somewhere else to eat. Same thing with church. Same thing with anything else. And that's the access, right? And women, you can run all the women running and the women in charge, the women hold the pocketbook, the women and all that. But as the man, I'm not going. And sometimes that means we not going, right? And that's all I'm saying. There's nothing attractive. If I'm not attracted to you, I'm not coming over there, right? I know you next door to Judge Jones. Somebody say, go see Judge now. What? Go ahead and talk to them. What? Talk to Chief. What? You know what I'm saying? So there has to be an attraction. So there's no attraction in it. Nothing is attracting people to keep going. Yeah, I go see the show, but is my soul getting fed? Is my spirit getting fed? Am I actually seeing people helped? Right? Talking about for the people who are sincere about going to church. I don't go to church. Not going. I don't believe in it.
Tell everybody.
I mean, I will go. I will go, right? But going to church was based on what I was told to do. I was told to go to church, told to go to Sunday school, told to go back. Then when I get grown, I get my own understanding. That ain't the way I read. That ain't the way I understand. Man, hell with the church.
Sunday school teacher.
Well, you're about to start the
I know I am.
Sunday school teacher. Go right ahead.
July.
If you want to switch seats,
What a lot of people don't understand when they talk about big church, they're really talking about
Themselves.
Right.
because the church is in here,
Right.
not that building.
And that's my whole point. I don't have to, and that's Dr. Andrew, that's my whole point. I don't have to go to that building or any building to be a Christian.
No,
Right.
not to be a Christian.
Right.
To be fed.
And that's my whole point. And I say this all the time.
How long do you feel this?
The Bible, Christianity is not univocal. There's no one way. So for people to simply say it's one way, no, because I'm not attracted to it.
No, the issue, and the Christian is one way. You know, you still have the Buddhists, you still.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I can believe there's one way to get help through Jesus Christ, right? Right. But as a Christian, I can pick John over Mark. I can pick Luke over Acts. I can pick Genesis over Revelation and still be a Christian. That's my point. That's all I'm saying. Right? No. But now listen to me. Because that's what we do in Christianity. We pick and choose. I pick what rules to follow. That's why I'm a Baptist, or that's why I'm a Presbyterian, or that's why I'm a Methodist, or that's why I'm a Catholic. I get to pick and choose, right? I get to pick and choose.
But you do know all of those are man-made.
Correct.
All of those are man-made.
And I understand that. But I'm saying, somebody say, read the Bible. Read the Bible for yourself, get understand. Well, if I read the Bible for myself, get understand, I probably won't be going to the church. But you'll tell me, not you, but well, who interpreted for you? And I say it all the time. The Bible, in and of itself, has no authority. The Bible has no authority.
Election day is November the 3rd.
Yeah.
And look, the only authority comes from who asserts it and who interprets it, right? That's where the authority comes from. I didn't say the Bible is not important. I didn't say it wasn't the word of God. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying picking that book up, there's no authority.
Right.
There's no authority because it say Holy Bible. There's no authority until I open it and read it, right, for myself, right? And I serve and tell you, say, hold on, good. Luke say this about the death of Judas. Matthew say this. Hold up, them two different accounts for the death of this man. Right? So don't reconcile, hey, this book is pretty tough. It's not perfect. But I get to pick and choose which account I want to believe in and still be a Christian. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Because you confess with your mouth.
Hmm?
And you believed in your heart.
I don't have to believe I will be a Christian.
You don't have to believe what, Richard?
Confess with my mind. I don't have to believe that and be a Christian because there's no one way. I didn't say I didn't. I'm just saying. Y'all look at me crazy.
You want to say
it?
Wait,
Right.
because you don't confuse me.
Right? I'm trying to, because I can't resort to, because the Bible says.
Uh-huh.
I can't do that. I can't resort to, well, because it's written in red, Jesus said. Well, first of all, no, Jesus didn't say that. The author of that book said that Jesus said that. Right? Now, I can't resort to, well, it's in the Bible. Right? And I'm just saying, when I take a scholarly approach, not what grandmama told me, I want when I get my own understanding. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Paul contradicts Jesus. Right?
Well, yeah.
Paul contradicts Jesus.
Well, y'all believe more in Paul than
What?
you do
No,
Jesus.
what I'm saying, Paul contradicts what Jesus said. Paul said it's one way. Before him, Jesus said it's one way. So I'm saying in the Bible, Paul contradicts Jesus. Well, about what Jesus said about how the law will be fulfilled. And what Paul come and say. We say by grace. That ain't what Jesus said in Matthew. I'm just giving an example. I'm just giving an example.
John.
But see, there you go. I'm going back to because the Bible said it, right? Not because of any information that I have different. I'm just going back to it's in the Bible. That's all I'm saying. And I don't. But I want to get to, and I want racism in America. Racism, live and with. How does that affect our mentality? African American. Racism affects my relationship, right? It's going to affect my relationship with you. It's going to affect my relationship. It's going to racism If you gonna tell me something, I might not like it. You know, wherever I am mentally, my own personal experience with the constables. Okay.
And you attribute that to being black.
No, or with any judge, right? Racism, just racism. How it affects my daily walk, right? We looking at, for those of us who stand, looking at the Nolan Wells case. This other boy right here in Frisco, what's his name? All the cases where, you know, where we look like usual suspects. That affects me. Yeah, somebody that affects. So racism, you know, and I hear and seem to be more white people talking, educated white people saying how racism is killing this country. Even their resignment is killing this country. It's killing our gross national product. It's killing our standing with the rest of the world, right? But just right here, how does racism affect us?
We actually kill each other.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as especially African Americans.
Yeah.
So I mean, the racism, you're not gonna ever get around it. It exists. It's alive. It's going strong more so now than ever. Especially
How do we fight?
how do we fight? I mean, what can we do?
So we've got to take a stand, and one of it was here we go with even with Dr. King. Christianity was a big part of this movement in terms of combating racism.
With love.
Yeah, and
Well, we saying how we are that.
But I think leadership too. I mean, it starts with the top. You know, we in positions of influence, you know, I mean, you see a lot of hate spouted from really high levels in leadership. And I think that it trickles down. I mean, now racism is so blatant. I mean, it's not really hidden like it kind of, you know, used to be. You wouldn't say it out loud. But now you very vocal. You hear a lot of things that are very vocal. But I think that it takes inclusivity. You know, DEI became a bad word.
Right.
DEI, when is ever diversity, equity, inclusion a bad word? Now you say it so much, it makes people, even in our own race, feel like there's something wrong with being DEI,
Right.
you know. And so there is nothing ever, when is ever anything wrong with diversity, equity, or inclusion? Those are beautiful words. It should be what we live by. It should be what the world is based on, of having this love for the fact that you're educated, you're Indian, you're black, you're white, you're this or that. I mean, again, I think diversity is what really makes the world go. I mean, this is what America's supposed to be. Right?
And that's the racism, because that's white men, misogynistic white men, wanting to control white women. Ain't got nothing to do with black people. That's what them want to control white women, want to control religion, right? That's nothing to do with us. We weren't even the biggest benefactors of DEI. They've already proven it. It's already been proven. So it's always been about white men.
But we can't make it a bad word
Well,
because they say it is.
Well, no.
And that's what we do.
Right. And
Because they'll say
they've
something
already-
wrong with
right.
DEI. We're going to take DEI. Now we are saying
because they crafted
it's
the story.
DEI.
They crafted
And that's
the
a
story.
manipulation.
And what we talk about, what a lot of people do, black people, white people, Mexican people, now I'm in proximity to the power. Well, I'm thinking like them, right? I'm in proximity to the power. So I don't have the same problem Joe Blow got to get in here to see that. Because I'm in proximity. And I think that's what it comes down to. You know, it comes down to it.
But if you don't think you need diversity when, you know, you're sitting on the bench and you have lived experiences, so you can understand what someone is saying. A person who didn't live that experience cannot, you know. And so in some instances, we have to be super careful to eliminate and say, you know, hey, Judge Nash got the job because, you know, she a black woman, or, you know, Constable GULLEY because she a black woman. No, I mean, she's the best person for the job.
Right.
And I'm just saying that now when we say, oh man, that's a DEI. I mean, I hear black folks say that.
Right.
And I'm like, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with being.
They, white men, again,
Right.
help push the narrative. And that's
But we got to stop buying into
and that's what I keep saying, what my TV channel, my platform. We get to push our own narrative.
We should.
I don't have to wait. I don't have a committee meeting. I don't have to talk to nobody to put you on TV. And for Judge Nash to say whatever Judge Nash wants to say within the guidelines and regulations and governing things of my channel and the net. You know. So I'm saying we get to push to that, right? We ain't gotta wait on Fox News. We ain't gotta wait on NBC News. We ain't gotta wait on Clarice Tennant. You know, we can do it right here today. Right? And I say that all the time. So now it comes down to one thing. Well, who has the courage? I Googled something last night and I saw the clip again when the guy, the Mexican head at the White House, the UFC fighter, said that about Michelle Obama. I Googled something and it went through 12 different search engine sites. I asked one question. What A-list black actors, popular rappers, entertainers, sports figures said something? Said not one. Not one. Not one. Now, these are the people we celebrate. Because I'm finna go to a Cowboy game. But Dak didn't say nothing. I'm finna watch the next Denzel movie. He didn't say nothing. I love Jamie Foxx. He just released it. He didn't say nothing. I didn't hear TJ say nothing. Right? I heard not one. Not went through 12. There's not one. Supposedly the people we said are black excellent. Defended.
Did anybody go to them with the microphone and ask?
Well, no. I said come out publicly.
Right.
Right.
I'm just saying, I think that it's also,
why do that?
I mean, were they supposed to
Why?
follow
No, I'm saying why? When anything else happens, they jumping out about this boy got killed in Mississippi, paying for his funeral, paying for this, paying for that. So one is
But
going
I think
for the
somebody
other.
also but I think somebody has to, like, when you produce shows, I think you have to say, give us your opinion on this. Do I think Ben Crump may have notified some people? Absolutely.
Mhm.
Ben Crump is now international,
Right.
you know, and so he goes out and notifies individuals because you have to bring attention
Right.
to some of these things. Otherwise, no one would
Mhm.
ever know. So
Right.
I think the attention brought to
Right.
it is the reason.
Colin Kaepernick said something. But he's not A-list, nothing. Somebody A-list actors, black actors, men and women. Talking about these A-list rappers and entertainers. These A-list sports celebrities. Not one. Not one said anything.
I mean, I think you're right with that.
Right.
You know, we try to protect what we have. I think in many instances, the white man is not called villain, but in many instances, he's smart. But we said, you know what? I know how to control these Negroes.
Mhm.
Give them a job. Let them have to pay their rent. Get a car. And they have some responsibility. And now that you have all these financial responsibilities, they silence you because you don't want to lose that job, but you got to maintain this status of. So they control them. And they're also, I think they may know more, a little bit more than I do. They also know that every black man didn't want to leave slavery. So they said, master wants to work, and they didn't want to leave. So every African American did not want to be out of slavery because they couldn't see a way as to how they were going to make it. Not the master.
It's the same mentality now. It's the same, a lot of the same mentality, right? And I ask people that all the time. What am I going to sell out for? What am I going to sell? No, I ain't selling out for Tubi. But Netflix might got me. HBO might. Rich. Judges in the possible go show them both. I got 5 million of them. Now I got a crisis of conscience. Yeah, that's a problem with comic book. It's gonna be crazy. I don't shut my head. Judge Jones, time in with the whole time. Judge Nash, she all right, but I just let her sell it. See, what am I gonna sell out for? Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just making a point because that's pretty much what it'll come down to. Am I gonna stay on my principles, ethics, and moral? I know Constable TRACEY can take care of herself. But do that mean I just stand there and somebody insult her? Whether she got on this uniform or not? Do that mean I know she can take care of herself? She don't need me to defend her. I know she can take care of herself. But as a black man standing with my sister, right? Am I just gonna let hold up, bro? Hold up. No, you just can't talk to her. Or I'm gonna let her handle you. But I just want you to know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's my sister. My brother, my sister, you know. You do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, she
Yeah.
pull that gun.
Say, y'all, we better get up out there. I want to hear a parting thoughts. We always end with hope shots. I know Judge Nash, we have a parting thought, what we want somebody to take from this, what kind of solution we get to. And a shout out is just a hope shot. And I'm gonna let that Rainbow go first. So she good at this.
My whole shot is to let you know that there is nothing that can't be done if you put your mind to it. We just have to have accountability to what we do. So let's be accountable and let's get it done, whatever it is. And my shout out is to the city of Dallas. Let's do better. Because we are better.
And my hope is that you have learned that there are resources available, that there is some solutions and resolutions. Stop by the court and get those resources we have and really empower and educate yourself with what you can do after your day in court. My shout out is to those who go vote and those who vote from the top to the bottom. It doesn't matter if you have an opponent or not, but go ahead and finish and complete it from beginning to end.
Well, I was gonna say what they just said. In the words of Mavis Staple, let's do it again.
Mm-hmm.
November 3rd, 2026 is election day. And that's when we finalize the job, mobilizing our community, coming together, one vote, go vote. November 3rd. 7 days before my birthday. So we want to celebrate.
Yeah.
How young you gonna be?
83.
Okay.
All about the basic.
You on grace.
Shout out.
Oh, to my grandson, he's getting ready to go back to St. Thomas University.
Mm-hmm.
And I have two goddaughters that's going to Howard.
Oh.
Those will be my twins.
Come on, Paul.
And we're searching scholarship.
You know. Come on, come, Tracy.
Well, I just hope that everyone got something positive out of us being here and some of the things that we talked about. I know that I always tell my daughters, we're going to always have people that are against us, but a lot of that are for us. And I've always told them, you know, I let my haters be my motivators. So if you tell me that I can't do something, that makes me work even harder to strive, and I've had to do that for all 29 years that I've been in law enforcement. So it's, I will tell you this, that I have always kept both heels to the ground, and the women will understand what I'm saying. You keep both heels to the ground and stay prayed up. My shout out is to, we can't stress it enough how important it is to go out and vote. You never know, and I don't want to take up a lot of time with saying this because I've sat on the other side of that table, especially when it comes to court, or when you're subpoenaed to court or jury. You know, someone will do anything to get out of being on a jury. I mean, I'm taking care of my sick grandmother, or I have to go to any excuse until you sit on the other side of the table. And you have to look around and see why. see any black people that's going to be in this jury.
Mhm.
It's a whole different thing. It's a different ballgame unless you have a spouse or a child or someone who's been, charged for a crime or something like that.
Right.
And you don't see any jurors that are
Yeah,
same
look
color.
like it.
Yeah, because we're the main someone that's trying to get out of jury duty.
Right.
So, and that's just another subject. But voting, can't stress enough how
Right.
important this is going to be. So make sure you get out and get your friends, your neighbors, your significant others, even the person you don't like. Just tell them.
And I want to invite you to finish your blessing. So.
It's okay. You don't have to.
Oh,
He won't be there.
She just, you know how really close family me and you is, I'm gonna tell you what we get out of everything. I know is subject to revision, especially if I think I know about the truth. It's subject to revision. Right? That's just for real. Right? Because I thought I knew something at 18. Well, that got revised. At 56 and 57. Right? Shout out to y'all. I know y'all see. I mean, so we've been trying. And I know I'm just grateful. I really me and Judge talked about it. I'm just really grateful because I know y'all super busy. To even come here and sit for an hour, talk about some things, and when I say on the professional side, maybe even a little different than how we might talk at home. I'm gonna say ninja a whole bunch of times at home. But I'm just grateful. And I say this on my show all the time. Let help help you. When help comes, let help help you and learn how to ask for it. I have to humble myself because I don't know everything. I can't be everywhere all at once. I can't be all things to all people. So I always have to remember to humble myself because I'm a firm believer. If you don't stay humble, God will humiliate you. I've seen. I got that experience.
Okay.
I got that experience being humiliated, not staying humble. I got that drum, maybe. I went to Kimball. I went to Kimball. All these little schools y'all talking about, I don't know nothing about them.
And you judge
Yeah. And I definitely want to give y'all, because we're planning an event right here at the Tucker Law Center building, 7441 Waterloo Freeway. And of course, CONSTABE, TRACEY Blood out here, Judge Thomas Jones, Judge NASH, Dr. Rainbow Church. And church. I'll say, look here, I like church. I go to church some, y'all. Don't be, come on, man.
He did come last night.
I go to
He
church.
did come
I
last
go to
night.
church. I just sit in the back. But
We're not
That's
talking
all
about,
right.
we're not talking about church to church.
no, read that church. Dr. Rainbow, tell them my other name.
What you want?
Tell them.
What is you? What kind of bishop is you?
Global bishop.
Global bishop.
Thank
Okay.
He made the
you. Yeah, Dr. Please. Say, I want to thank y'all again.
Thank you.
I want y'all to come back when y'all get the time, because we're going to keep talking about voter education. Trying to thank you for want to chop for a bit. Nick, he just won state Democratic next to me. Those are the people right under the Congress. People actually get all the information to give to our Congress people. He just won that, and I didn't even know that was a position. I learned something. I didn't know that was a position. So they're everybody voted. Tanya, she wanted to be here tonight. Her father's ill, and she does a voter education series on her Facebook page daily. She's posted some 2 or 3 times a day. She's a realtor. She's my realtor, and we have something in common. Yeah, Christy Jones. Yeah, we have something in common. See, we got something. Yeah, small world, right? So y'all, we can get out of here. I'll be getting this out about the date, time, when we get this event, car drive, back to school drive, helping the disadvantaged in our community, all that, and that's what we're gonna do. Say y'all, thanks to everybody who supports, follows, watches New Way of Life TV channel, New Way of Life TV and Talk Radio across all social media. Go to any of your Roku streaming devices, Google, Android TV, Amazon Fire, download the Lit TV Network. Put your email in, it's gonna send you a code, right? Go to live TV, come all the way down, New Way of Life TV channel. You see, so if you want to be on TV, call Big Rich. I'm gonna put you on TV. I am gonna put you on TV. See, I got y'all on TV.
Hey,
We're gonna be on TV, right? All right, say y'all know how to finish up out here. Peace.
Bye.
uh,
Excellent job.
Yeah.